every person's life, there's a handful of moments that define their life. But you have a lot of minutes, you have a lot of seconds in your life, but would you agree with me, maybe up to this point, there's been 5, 6, 7 moments that have kind of defined where you are in your life? You were born with something special in you. You were born with a light in you. This light has a voice. It's always whispered to you. It's always told you, you're supposed to be somebody. You're special. You give me the right conditions, I can do anything.
Let's go shoot a show right now.
Are we on now? Are we doing this thing?
This is called Confessions of an Entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
You were brought up Catholic, right?
I was.
I'm your priest.
Sounds good.
You're going to the confessional right now.
Be a lot of Hail Marys after this
You
one.
can tell me anything.
Okay.
I want to know, Ed Mylett, super successful Ed Mylett, worth
more than $20.
Millions and millions and millions of dollars. 5 homes paid for, a jet, 3 boats, art, travels all over the world, friends everywhere. I want to know about the screw up, Ed.
Yeah.
I want to know about the mistake, Ed. I want to know about the dumbest shit you've ever done in your life that you actually have never shared with anybody else.
Okay.
And you can call me Father G.
Father G. Okay.
By the way, I'm not going to tell anybody what you share here today.
Okay. I feel safe. This is a safe space.
It is a safe space. Tell me about some of the things, the real mess up stuff that you wouldn't like. Maybe your wife doesn't even know about.
Yeah. Wow. Well, in general, and then I'll be specific. For sure, my biggest downfall early was I wasn't kind enough to some people. So my own drive and my own ambition and my own relentless approach, I think there's a way to hold people accountable without demeaning them. And I think I demeaned people. I think I shamed people publicly for their lack of performance early in my career, and I was stupid enough to continue to make the mistake over and over again, even though it was hurting them, me, and my business. And so I think I blew out a lot of really capable, quality people by not being articulate enough and thinking through the best way to hold somebody accountable without, I think I was a dick to some people.
Yeah.
And
so in just the way you pushed them or enough wasn't enough?
The way I pushed them, the way I would respond to lack of performance, rather than hold them accountable, challenging them, and giving them a little bit of pain, you're rebuking them. Jesus rebuked the apostles, right? There's nothing wrong with rebuke. But I think you can trend over to, I thought I was in a locker room all the time. And not everybody is in a locker room all the time. And not everybody responds the same way to criticism that I do. I love criticism. You tell me what the hell I'm doing wrong, I'm gonna friggin' fix it, right?
Yeah.
But not everybody does. And so I'm not saying don't hold people accountable. Of course I should have held people accountable, and I gotta hold a standard. If they don't hit it, they're gone. But I was demeaned. You tell me, ask me to be honest with you.
Like,
I
is
wouldn't
there
want to hear the audience.
anybody that specifically that you're like, God, I wish I wouldn't have done that to him?
Yes, that would be a massive list, honestly, if we're really confessing.
Oh, wow.
But I'll give you 2.
Isn't that beautiful? You don't see that, right?
That is gorgeous.
Is that
brother.
gorgeous? Or
that is beautiful. Where are you? Which one's you?
I'm right over here.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
You want me to name their names?
Sure. Man.
Sure. My 2 best friends were in my wedding as my best men, were my 2 wingmen in the business. One of them's back now. His name's Jason Adams. The other guy's a guy named Chris Kramer. They're like lifelong friends. They're like high school
Do they know?
friends.
Have you ever had this conversation with them?
Not to this degree. I've told them both I was too hard and I apologize and all that. But no, not to the degree. In fact, it's really funny we're talking about this because one of them's back in the business now, Jason, and they're just great friends. They love me in spite of that, but I forced them out of the company, I think. I forced them out. I made it so uncomfortable to be around me. They're like, you know what, F you, I'm not going to be around you.
Yeah.
And so I made it just too uncomfortable to be around me. I think it's good to have people be uncomfortable around you. You know, I watched it with you. They love you, but they're a little uncomfortable. They want to impress you.
Well, they know they're in danger.
I think I'm watching it a little bit with you and I both voted for the guy that's the president right now, but I think he needs to be real careful that he doesn't get people around him sometimes so sour with him that they don't want to please him or impress him.
Yeah.
And I think I got to the point where they didn't want to please me or impress me.
They want to kill the emperor.
Yeah, I
Kill
bet you
the
when
king.
I can't even imagine some of the conversations they were having about me when I wasn't around. So that was one huge mistake that I made repeatedly for years.
Young, you were really young then. You were
Yes.
coming up. You were starting to make some money. What was happening?
Yes, I was coming up. I wanted to be financially. First thing is that, like, I wanted to be rich, but the first thing I wanted to be was financially independent. I wanted to be financially independent. I said that like 25 million times, and I was so obsessed with getting to that point that I don't think I gave a shit around me what anybody thought about it. I mean, in an unhealthy way. I mean, people who I was responsible for their care and their leadership, right? So I was just too hard on people. And the difference was I had kids. And once I had little Max, my son, I started thinking, if someone ever spoke to my son the way I speak to some of these people, I'd flat rip their heads off. This is, you can hold people accountable and push them without emasculating them or shaming them.
Right.
And the reason I did it, my first business book was called A Season on the Brink. It was the Bobby Knight biography of Bobby Knight, the crazy coach from Indiana.
Sure. He pushed everybody.
He pushed everybody.
Constantly.
Was relentless, just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think that model was my first business book. I think I read it before Think and Grow Rich. I think it almost shaped my mind a little bit.
You thought that's what it took.
Well, it probably gave me permission to be the biggest asshole side of myself.
Yeah.
And then because I was doing well,
Dude, why don't you write a book?
I need to write a book.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. That's a
I'm
great.
telling you, it's a good T-shirt if it's not a good book.
It's actually probably a good book because I was a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about. I got it. That's awesome. Appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
What else you got for me? Mistakes, screw ups. I mean, big ones, blunders, dude. That you would be like, do this, and you're gonna
fail,
or you're gonna feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
Like I'll share one with you.
Okay, give me one. Yeah.
To give you a little fodder, right?
Yeah.
So look, dude, I used to do deals.
Yeah.
Somebody had to lose in every deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like whatever. If it was a good deal, I needed to be a little bit better.
I know what you mean.
I grinded deals out. I grinded everybody out.
Yeah. To the point where it was painful.
It had to be painful, or I didn't get a good deal.
Yeah.
Somebody had to experience the pain.
Yep. I got one like that.
I was just scared all the time.
Me
I was
too.
scared
That's
of
what it
deals.
was. I was scared too. I still am scared.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that unhealthy to be scared, but I was a different type of scared then. I was like, I'll blow this fucking place up scared. Like, I'm not going to lose. And I didn't. And what was stupid is I kept blowing the place up and having to do it again and again and again.
Right.
Instead of just caring for it the first time. The other thing I did that can blow your place up, when I was young, I think I believed there were some shortcuts. So whether that be in the way I interacted with clients or recruits, I was willing to cut a corner or two there that was borderline. And every freaking time I did that, it would be great short term, and long term would set me back even further. Every damn time I did it.
Like,
And,
give me an example.
Well,
of a
I was
shortcut.
never. Here's one thing I never have been able to do. I've never been able to do a deal where someone was hurt, or where I walked away where I felt like I did something to harm another person. I never have done that before. I really have not ever done that. It's not in my being to do it. I'm too guilt-ridden. Too much Catholic in me, probably. What do I mean by that? To win a contest or something like that, maybe I would push someone to buy something from me that I knew they weren't going to keep.
Right.
You know what I mean? That it was not a long-term deal. I knew when I was doing it wasn't real business.
Yeah, right. Wow.
And I think that I didn't do that often. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I did do it a couple times. I didn't feel right when I did it, and it ended up hurting me.
You did that because the pipeline wasn't full.
Pipeline wasn't full.
Right.
I mean, like everybody, you've had this too. The biggest, those are symptoms. The disease was every once in a while me letting off the throttle when I was younger. I wasn't prospecting as much. I wasn't working as hard. I wasn't as engaged. I wasn't in the office first every time. I wasn't late I've gone through little seasons. They're short, where I'm just off my game, and I'm so into being that you get what you deserve. I will punish the shit out of myself if I'm not doing it good, worse than a normal person. You know what I mean? So I'm ferocious, I'm tenacious, all that, but I've had weeks and months where I wasn't. And those were huge mistakes, because then to catch back up, I was willing to take a shortcut or two once in a while. And those things always hurt me. Always come back to bite you in the butt. So that's when I was real young, but I did do that. I'm talking 20s.
Yeah. Any money mistakes along the way that would help somebody?
Yes. Wow. What a great list. Yes, biggest money mistake I made in my life is investing in things that I don't understand and were too complicated.
Like
stocks.
yeah.
Stocks I bought that I knew nothing about that I heard on at CNBC I should buy, or having some guy. One of the things I like about your real estate deals, it's straightforward, it's simple, it's easy to understand. If you present me a deal now and I can't regurgitate it back to you real quick in some simple form, I'm not investing in it. I need to at least understand what it is I'm investing in.
Yeah, even if you miss something, you're willing to miss something?
I'll miss something, yeah. I've missed many things.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if I can't understand it or it's too complicated and I can't repeat it back to you pretty quickly, you lost me.
Yeah, so what's the biggest loss you had in not following that advice? What'd you buy and what'd you lose?
I bought Yahoo stock at about, I don't remember, $75 or $80 a share, and I'm talking like when I had about $3 million, I put like 800 grand in there, and I think I ended up selling it at like 17. I bought Citigroup stock.
What'd you buy that?
I think in the 70s or 80s. I couldn't give you the exact dollar amount.
Lost.
And then like after I learned that lesson, I thought
240 grand.
Yeah. Then
you lost 700 grand.
And then I'm gonna give you two more biggies. The second one I did is I bought Citibank stock, Citigroup stock at like $54 a share.
Yeah, 2008.
Which was like $700,000 worth of that, and I think I sold it at $2.50 is when I finally sold it because I heard they were going to be the next AIG.
Yeah, they're worth $200.
And then the third one is stuff you talk about. I bought a residential real estate property that did not provide any revenue, did not provide any equity for me. That was what do you call it? It would be like a trophy property. Like, hey, I'm a big shot. Right? I'm in the big time. I bought one of those, and that wasn't that long ago either. And that was a property that I wasn't going to use, wasn't getting leverage out of, didn't generate revenue. I didn't know anything about the market I was buying in. I just wanted to look like a big shot. And I think I lost $2.5 million on that house. And that wasn't that long ago. That's just a few years ago. So I've still made some mistakes in my life. But those are probably the biggest loss. Is probably that house on one deal. Was probably that house. I lost $2.5 million. Maybe I lost $3 million. Maybe I lost $3 million on that.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't think that we've done a Confessions of an Entrepreneur where a guy lost more money than you did.
I'm the best at everything, man.
Yeah. This is Carlos Slim building a house here.
No kidding.
I think it's.
Is this a bay or the open ocean?
This is open ocean. Okay. This is called Golden Beach.
Okay.
It's on private sand. Can't stop.
Okay.
You can walk on it, but you can't stop.
Price range?
There's one lot, a triple lot up here for $26 million.
You get the hell out of here.
Empty lot.
You get the hell out.
No.
You stop it.
No. And then.
Wow.
There's private police here. This side of the street's probably $2 million.
This side?
Yeah.
That house right there?
That house right there is going to be 12 to 15.
Does it come with a dock?
No, that's the Atlantic Ocean, so you don't want to.
Okay.
You don't want to. There's docks on that side over there on the bay.
Okay, I don't know why you can't, because I live on the Pacific Ocean. I don't know.
Why. Well, because you're open ocean right here. I mean, it's.
Is this a house?
Yeah, that's a house. That's probably $30 million.
Yeah.
There's Regalia. There's where I live. That's those are $8 million to $12 million units.
You had your house at
38 of those.
Where was that house you had? Is it Brentwood? The one that just got torn down?
Oh no, that was Los Angeles. That was Hollywood.
Did you make money on that house?
I made what did I make on that house? I made $9 million on it.
Oh my gosh.
I've made money on every real estate deal I've ever done. I got a good picker.
You made money on every real estate deal you've ever done?
I've never lost money in a real estate deal.
Wow.
Never. I've had 2 deals that didn't cash flow, but when I sold, I made my money. And I didn't lose money while I was cash flowing.
In other words, counting your carry, you still made money.
This lot right here is $26 million.
And they'll get it 18.
Triple
they'll
lot.
get 18.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll get it.
By the way, I'm in escrow on a plane. I'm buying that Falcon 50.
Oh yeah.
Because it's got a third engine.
How many planes did you look at?
Oh God. Well, my pilot did. I ended up only physically looking at 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Physically. I think I'm buying it. He didn't send me the sales contract today, but we have an agreed to letter of intent.
So why are you buying a plane, Ed? Why are you buying?
One ego.
Okay.
Okay.
It's an honest guy, man.
Yeah, one ego.
Okay.
2,
so you can say what? You own the plane.
I think so. Yeah, and then it's stupid. Yeah, but I'm really weird. Like,
because you can fly with me anytime. I mean, I already bought mine.
Well, if you don't want a partner, but if I lived here, I'd make you be my partner.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't use it enough. But The other is like I'm missing a lot of stuff with my kids. My kids are teenagers now. They're 15 and 14. Like tomorrow, my daughter has a volleyball game I'll get to, but I've missed a lot of things with my kids. All their lives I've missed things. And so
because you couldn't get home on time, or
couldn't
because
get there.
of choices, or
well, early in their lives, it was because I was.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful. Early in their lives.
You see a lot of weather here. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No.
You get weather. You see the clouds.
Yes.
See the rainstorms. You know.
Yeah,
You don't get that in Orange County.
I like it.
I love it, man.
I like the change in weather. I like rain.
I like lightning. I like thunder.
I don't like the humidity though. I'll be honest with you. I don't like that.
Yeah.
This is pretty. It's not Laguna Beach pretty.
No.
But what I would save living here is bananas.
Well, 13.5% of whatever your number is.
Well, it may be better than that if Trump's deal passes. We're not going to be able to deduct our state income tax anymore. Did you see that crap?
You won't be able to.
He's taking away property
you
tax
won't
and
take it
state
off
income
of federal.
tax. You can't take it off Fed anymore.
Again, you see the property tax thing? You'll be able to take commercial. I'll still be able to deduct property tax off of commercial.
More than likely, that's true. Well, no residential.
It's an
you can't.
expense.
Yeah, it's an expense. But you can't on his new plan.
Yeah,
his new plan, our taxes go up, me and you.
Yeah.
And mine go way up because I'm in California.
Yeah.
Mine go up 4 or 5 points.
Well, you want to live out there. You New York, New Jersey.
I don't want to live there. My wife's almost convinced too. It's my daughter and her friends. That's really what it is.
Well, they don't pay taxes.
I know, baby. Trust me. This would be where we would move, here or Vegas. But
Miami's
I want to be
sexy, man.
Yeah. You like it better than Palm Beach?
Palm Beach is just it's too much, too boring.
But you don't go out, do you?
It's still too boring. I want to go to the store. I don't want to see a bunch of dead people. You know? It's like Beverly Hills. I didn't live in Beverly Hills. I lived up in Hollywood. I want the action, right? I want some action. I like diversity, you know?
What's the biggest financial mistake you made?
I bought Lehman before it crashed. I bought Twitter at $78. No, I bought Twitter at $52. I'm like, dude, it can't go any lower. It's been at 18 for 3 years. I put $1 million in a mutual fund with a guy that I knew. I'm like, I have no business doing this. I don't know what he does. He called me up one day and says, I got to liquidate the fund. I said, good, don't liquidate my stock. Give me the stock back in shares.
Yep.
Don't give me the money. He's like, I said, don't anything.
Yeah.
Send me back the shares in the company.
Yeah.
Okay, do not liquidate my stock. I don't need to liquidate.
Yep.
You do. Pay everybody else in cash if you need to. And so he gave me back the shares that were garbage. And they ended up going back 30 times. So I made my money back.
That's awesome.
So I made a bad decision buying into the deal.
But you made a good decision to stay in. I got one for you where I lost money. I got a crazy deal I lost money on. I mean, no, it might be the most I lost. I have to think about this. Okay, the market's crashing.
Yeah.
At the time, I tell my broker, I said, liquidate every damn stock that I have, everything. So their clearinghouse.
This is what, 2008?
I'm guessing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question. I should know better than this, but okay. So I got like $11 million after tax money, and he puts it in their clearing fund through Pershing. It was held in a thing called the Reserve Primary Fund. It's a money market fund. You ever heard of that? The Reserve. It's the biggest money market fund in the world. It fucking crashed. The money market fund did.
Oh my god!
Because it owned underlying holdings that it shouldn't own. This is the largest money market fund in the world, and I lost 10% in a money market fund in one day, and it never came back. They had to sell the fund and liquidate the whole thing because it was going to blow up.
You lost $1 million
in one day in a money market fund.
But how was that a mistake? How would you know that?
It wasn't a mistake. It was a loss.
Yeah.
That's true. It wasn't a mistake.
Yeah. Well, Ed, man, I really appreciate it. I want to tell you that you've been absolved of all your sins.
Thank you.
And mistakes and errors, and I appreciate you being so candid.
It's my pleasure.
And honest on Confessions of an Entrepreneur.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
I hope the next time that we meet, you're like, hey, dude, I'm all good now.
I hope there's nothing to confess.
Me too.
Thank you, brother.
Everybody wants the good life, but not everybody gets the good life.
The phenomenal, everybody knows him, the Ty Lopez man, okay?
Just bought this new Lamborghini here, but you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge. You don't want to make the mistake most people make with mentors, finding somebody just a little bit better than them. You don't want to be the blind leading the blind. So I call it the 10x rule. Find somebody 10 times further ahead than you.
My biggest pain has been sometimes thinking it's too small, man.
You must follow those rules. Be humble. Persevere. Read more. Toughen up. If you do these things, you will find a good life.
You don't have to be a genius, but you have to be a learning machine.